Hi everybody, it's Sonia McDonald here and welcome to Courageously Unbothered, which you will soon be part of the launch that is going to be happening within a matter of days for my new podcast, and also watch out for my new Courageously Unbothered book that's coming out shortly, and I can't wait for you to read it. So today I wanted to talk about something really topical, and I'm sure we've all been there, is people pleasing. And I want to share some tips and techniques around stopping people pleasing. It's so important, and I've got some recommendations and some tips around how to do this. So everything that I'm going to be delivering as part of any of my lives or podcasts or anything that I give you access to is about helping you get results, right? It has to be practical. It has to be energizing. I want you to live your best life. I want you to see your inner greatness, to see your inner courage, okay? And also people, right? Let them think whatever they want. And I wish, again, if I had gone back to my younger self in a time machine, I would absolutely say this to her. So, hey there and welcome to Courageously Unbothered. And this is a show where we call it how it is. And I want to ditch the BS and talk about what it is. I want to talk about what it takes to really live unapologetically. And I'm Sonia, and I am your non-nonsense guide to getting out of your own way and into the life you actually want to live. And I live and breathe the leadership space. I live and breathe the courage space, the kindness space, the love space, the everything space to help you live your inner greatness. And leadership is so important to me. And leadership isn't a role or title. It is an attitude. It's a choice. And I want you to ultimately make your 8-year-old self look up at you and go, I'm so proud of who you've become. And also your 80-year-old self to look at you and hold on to you and go, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of the life that you have lived and who you are today. So now let me ask you something. How many times in the past week have you said yes to something that you didn't actually want to do? How often have you apologized for things that weren't your fault? How often or how much energy have you put into wasting wondering what other people think about you? I love showing this video in my Women in Leadership program, Sorry Not Sorry, right? How often are you people pleasing or apologizing? And I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how often you've said sorry or you're people pleasing or said yes to things in the past couple of weeks. Like, okay, you've got into 2025, and is it something that you really want to change? And you're probably going, yeah, actually, I've done a lot more than I'm thinking now that I should be. And today I want to talk about how we can stop people pleasing, and I want you to finally start living for yourself. And I want to unpack how we do that and how it's holding us back, and most importantly, how to break free. Because let me tell you something right now. You're not here to live small. You're definitely not here to live accordingly to someone else's expectations. So I want you to grab your coffee. I've got my coffee. 3 cups today, can you tell? Or whatever, your tea, your water, your juice. Let's get into it. Or your wine. Let's get into it. Okay, I think it's really important. What is people pleasing and why do we do it? All right, let's break this down. Let me just have a cup. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Hang on. Oh, and I want you to comment. I want you to add something. I want you to add also topics you'd love to hear about around being courageously unbothered. All right, let's break this down. What is people pleasing? It's not just about being nice. It's over-prioritizing what other people want at the expense of what you need. It's the yes when you mean no. Okay, so it's yes. Okay, it's a yes when you mean no, right? It's biting your tongue because you don't want to upset people. It's thinking, okay, if they're happy, I'm happy. Does that sound familiar? It absolutely sounds familiar to me. So let me tell you about the biggest people-pleasing ultimate moment that I've had. A few years ago, I was asked to take on a project, and I had no time. I actually had no interest. Honestly, I actually had no clue how to do it right. And instead of saying no, I said yes, because I love to help. And, kindness is part of my value set. And a lot of people kind of go, oh my gosh, like, kindness, like, you're so kind. I know you're going to say yes. And it's tripped me up. And now I realize that it actually is, to be kind is courageously saying no. Because it's about self-kindness. But instead of saying no, I said, yeah, sure, I'm happy to help. Now, fast forward, right, 2 months, and I was pulling really long days to get this done. And I was running on coffee. Okay, I know I mentioned my coffee addiction before, and regret. And the person that actually asked for the help, they didn't actually even notice. That's the thing about people pleasing. It's kind of a thankless job. And I'm not saying no to everything. Like, there's obviously, you always want to help others, but I think it's really important that you pick and choose. Like, think about your tribe, think about who you want to put time and energy into, because can I tell you what your most precious resource is? It's time. It is time. So if you're saying yes to someone or yes to something, what are you saying no to? And ultimately, I gather you're probably saying no to something for yourself, right? So here's the thing, right? People pleasing isn't kindness. It is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear that if you say no or stand up for yourself, right, people will think less of you. And guess what? That fear is a liar. Most of the time, people aren't even thinking that deeply about you. Okay, it's really weird because people often don't think about other people very often. They're kind of more in their own heads. So sorry, not sorry, but you're not the center of the universe, okay? And there's hidden costs to people pleasing. What do you think they are? Tell me what you think they are. If you're watching or listening to this, what do you think they are? Okay, let's talk about what is people pleasing and like as in what people pleasing is really costing you. Because trust me, it's not just your time. There's different things it's costing you. Number one, it's draining your energy. So when you spend all your time trying to keep everyone else happy, there's nothing left for you, okay? You're running on fumes. You're absolutely running on fumes. And for what? A gold star from someone who probably won't even remember the effort you made anyway. So, nah, we're not doing this anymore, okay? So if it's draining your energy, you really need to say no. It's also stealing your authenticity. Every time you say yes, when you mean no, when you mean no, every time you shrink yourself to fit someone else's expectations, you're losing a little bit of who you are. And it's so important. I mean, the world doesn't need another clone. It needs you. And it needs you being bold and beautiful. And it needs you. Okay, in all your no's and thank you, but no. I haven't got time, but no. It's also making you resentful. So let's be real. When you say yes to something and then you automatically think, what the hell did I agree to? That's resentment. And it's a people pleaser's constant companion. So it's time to kick it to the curb. All right. So far we talked about it's draining your energy, it's stealing your authenticity, and it's also making you resentful. It's also holding you back. So when you're busy chasing approval, right, you're not chasing your dreams. You're playing small, and honestly, you're absolutely much better than that. So I want you to think about, what did you get from that? What could you do differently? Okay. And it is about saying no, and also thinking about what's important to you. Where are your energy buckets? That's so important. Okay. So set some development goals for yourself. Think about what brings you joy. Focus on those things. So I want to help you break free from people pleasing. So how do you stop? Alrighty. How do you go from a lifetime of approval addiction, which was always a massive issue for me and so many people that I coach, and it's so great that I've turned it around and I've helped so many others turn it around. Even when I speak about this on stage, it's so wonderful getting off stage and hearing from people and what they get from like inspiring them to think differently and be different, and the emails and messages I get afterwards, because I want to help as many people as I can be courageously unbothered. And I want you to live unapologetically. You know, it starts with the decision, and the decision is you being the priority in your life. If you only had this one car, if you only had one car to drive for the rest of your life, wouldn't you make sure wouldn't you make sure you took care of it, and you polished it, and you serviced it, and you made sure it was beautiful inside and out, so you could keep driving it? It's the same with you. You've got to make you the investment. Okay, invest in yourself. So let's make this happen. Step number one. You know, I love my 4s. Okay, no, it's 5 steps. Okay, 4 is 5. Okay. All right, number 1. That's even a bonus. Bonus 5th step. Reframe criticism. So step 1. Let me tell you something revolutionary. What other people think about you is none of your damn business. Okay, when I learned that a very long time ago, that was hard for me but I'm so pleased because it's so true. Most of the time, their opinions are more about their insecurities, okay, than your actions. Let them judge, let them talk, and let them roll their eyes. It has nothing to do with you, okay? It's so important. So reframe criticism. I remember once getting a keynote on stage and someone came up and she made a comment about one of the videos, and I looked at her and I said, oh, thank you for the feedback. And I thought, wow, you know, she didn't say anything positive. Like, oh, she did. She said, I think she tried to like ham sandwich it, you know, positive criticism, positive. You know, no one else had complained about the video. And she said, oh no, the video was way too loud. I thought, okay, that actually had nothing to do with me. It was AV was playing it when I was on stage. And I thought, look, that's really, really good feedback. And she did make a few other comments, but I remember thinking, wow, I mean, I mentioned, like, I wonder if she ever had the courage to be on stage. But you know what? That says that's more about what's going on for her than me. And I just had to let it go. Step 2, learn to say no. I mean, practice this with me. No, that doesn't work for me. No, that doesn't work for me. See, the world didn't end. You don't owe anyone a detailed explanation or a 3-paragraph apology. Just no. Number 3 is set boundaries and stick to them. So boundaries are your best friend. If something doesn't align with your values or goals, it's a no. Protect your time, protect your energy, and let go of the guilt. Remember, saying no to them is saying yes to you. Number 4, stop apologizing. Stop over apologizing, right? Unless you stepped on someone's foot or you spilt their drink, stop saying sorry. You're not sorry for having boundaries, for having opinions, or for existing. So just own it. So stop apologizing. So remember, number 1, reframe criticism. Number 2, learn to say no. Number 3, set boundaries and stick to it. And number 4, stop over apologizing. And bonus number 5, get comfortable with being disliked. It's a great book called The Courage to be Disliked. And I also talk about it in my book, First Comes Courage. So get comfortable with it, because not everyone's going to like you. And guess what? That's okay. The people who matter will respect you for being real, and the rest, who cares? Okay, so here's the fun part. So how to embrace being your unapologetic self, right? So here's the fun part. What happens when you stop people pleasing? Life gets lighter. Trust me, it does. You stop worrying about every little thing. You start saying yes to the things that light you up and no to the things that drain you. You show up as the real you, and guess what? The real people love you for it. So being unapologetic isn't about being rude or selfish. It's about being honest. It's about living authentically. Being authentic. It's about showing others that they can do the same. When you stop people pleasing, you give everyone around you the permission to stop. And you know what? That's leadership. That's courage. That's impact. So here's some homework. Homework. Okay, let me know how you go with this homework. And if you do, and if you send us an email, go to soniamcdonald.com.au, shoot me an email with what you've done from listening to this today. We will send you a really cool ebook for free. probably one of our leadership habits journals. It's amazing. So if you email us or share this on LinkedIn, if you repost this on LinkedIn with what you're going to do to be courageously unbothered and stop people pleasing, and tag us, we will send you something really cool. Okay, let's recap. Okay, the homework. Mantra. I love mantras. This is a great one. I am not responsible for what they think of me. I'm responsible for what I think of me. And that helps so much with people pleasing. Number 2, a challenge. Say no to one thing this week. How are you going to go with that? No explanations, no guilt, just no. And a journaling prompt. You know, I love journaling. It's so important. What would you do? What would I do if I stopped caring about other people's opinions? Anyway, let me know how you go with that. And here's one last thing, right? Don't watch or listen to this, right? I want you to go back and take action and be bold. Let them think whatever they want and watch how freeing it feels, right? It's so freeing. Focus on your love and self-love, okay? If you've loved this live or you've loved listening to this, share it with someone who needs it. And also I would love you to make some comments, what you got out of it, what's been your biggest takeaway, what topics you would love me to talk about. Until next time, stay bold, stay unapologetic, stop worrying about what they think, and because you have got way better things to do. I hope you've loved listening to this today around stop people pleasing, how to let them think whatever they want. Please reach out to the amazing team at leadershiphq.com.au, at theleadershipassociation.com or soniamcdonald.com.au. If you check out the amazing new Leadership Association, it is incredible. It's an amazing community and resources, and it's just incredible. So go to theleadershipassociation.com, but follow more of the lives and podcasts. A lot of these different lives will be part of the Leadership Association membership. There's a lot more on there than just what you're watching today. So you'll get lots more value out of joining the Leadership Association. It is phenomenal. But remember to always stay kind and courageous, and we're always here to help you. Okay? We're always here to help you. Stop people pleasing and let us know how you go. All right. Take care with love.